Give it to me.
This is WeatherScope.
Things are going to be unsettled for many of us in the east today and tomorrow. A slow-moving winter storm produces a mixture of precipitation in the region. Good afternoon. I'm Lisa Moser.
And I'm Mike Bono. Welcome to WeatherScope. You'll see everything from snow to freezing rain to sleet and rain in states to the north and heavy rain and thunderstorms in the south. You had a wet commute to work this morning in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, no doubt. The northeast corner of the state had plenty of rain. Rain from the system began early this morning and will continue all day, and it'll be heavy at times, so keep those umbrellas and raincoats handy. And I know a lot of you are driving through because I-95 goes through that part of North Carolina, and that's a busy road. And that would probably be your preferred route of travel today, as westbound I-81 and 77 you're getting some sleet and freezing rain. So the closer to the coast you are, the better this time. Except as time goes on, you'll notice some thunderstorms and maybe severe popping up in Florida. And this is a really volatile area for thunderstorms, eastern North Carolina and around Norfolk, Virginia, but it doesn't look like you'll have severe weather there this time. Instead, our eyes are turning to the northeast, where temperatures were hovering around 0 in northern New England last night, and then they started coming up as the clouds got thicker, and they must have gotten thicker because it's snowing from the western Maine mountains through northern Vermont and on into New York State. It's light so far, but slow accumulations. That is really a plume of wind coming up at the jet stream level, sort of arcing like this. And south of that, there's a break in the precipitation, a few snowflakes at Islip, Long Island, and then you get into the steady precipitation south of about Philadelphia. Pretty much I-95 is going to be your dividing line for the next several hours. West of that, into the hills, west of Philly and back west of Baltimore and Washington, it's sleeting and freezing rain, and all the way down to Roanoke and Lynchburg and Beckley and Bluefield, West Virginia. The valley's hanging in there with the cold, as it's heavy, that cold air, longer than the mountains this time, and a little wedge of high pressure poking its way down. But this warm front will get more active, and the pressure will drop, and that'll even reinforce that wedging effect of that high down the coast. Only 24 at Boston. Here's 33 in New York, 35 Philadelphia, 34 Washington, but if you go in about 20 miles northwest of any of these towns, it's below freezing, and that's going to be your problem area. Ironically, places like Elmira and Ithaca will pop up above freezing before the Hudson Valley and a lot of northern New Jersey will on this one, as that cold air wedges its way down east of the mountains. Just some scattered precipitation, mostly aloft, a few snowflakes reaching the ground in Long Island. Here is about a 1 mile visibility type light snow in Watertown, which is pretty much closed off to travel right now. Fort Drum even discouraging travel into the fort. Just wait till January 21st is what the folks at Fort Drum are saying right now. Hopefully the ice will chip away. But steady precipitation, again, it's a potpourri of precipitation types. As we can see, the ice up to about Harrisburg, down I-81, and even the Washington-Baltimore area inland a bit, and then the snow and sleet mixed. Even in New York, you could get your first measurable snow of the season, especially north side of town, but then 3 to 6 inches in the Poconos and the Catskills and the Berkshires into Massachusetts, some snow in Michigan. But to the south, there's a wealth of tropical moisture, and it's like deja vu all over again. It's been happening a lot. In the last week, you've had tremendous damage in North Carolina in the mountains because of flooding, and now the yellow areas, thunderstorms and heavy rain. Not too bad at Nashville, steady rain in Atlanta, but some thunder in there, especially Tallahassee along I-10 and down toward Orlando. North of Tampa, a line of thunderstorms queuing up, and some of those could even turn severe as the day goes on. Again, watch out for the flash flood potential, I-10, I-85 in Alabama, and even in western North Carolina. Back to Lisa.
Thanks, Mike. It sounds like you're going to have a busy day in the forecast center close to the forecasters. The east isn't the only place where conditions are unsettled. We're dealing with rough weather in the northwest as well. A series of storms continue to soak the region with heavy rain, mountain snow, and flooding is also a concern. These pictures are from early this morning at Johnson Creek in southeast Portland. Fortunately, the creek has crested just below flood stage. However, there has been some minor flooding in the area of Portland. In addition, many rivers and creeks in the region are running high, and more rain is in the forecast. I want to also show you that we have some very high winds at times. We do have a gale warning in effect for the Oregon coastline. That makes it a bit troublesome for traveling along that interstate, Route 101 from Florence, Oregon down to Port St. George. Do be aware that the winds may gust occasionally above 30 miles per hour. Talking about westerly winds mainly too. We also have some heavy surf. The waters are choppy, and a heavy surf advisory has been posted along the coastal areas of Washington and Oregon from Cape Flattery down to Florence. We are looking at our system here. High pressure has moved in over the Four Corners region, but we still have some low-level moisture coming in beneath that high. We're also looking at another system that's going to be bringing in a little bit more snow in intensity in and around the Tetons. Eventually, the Wasatch also looking at more snow this afternoon. You'll notice that the cloud cover and the rain is folded well in and around the northern areas of California and central California. Put this in motion. Notice this break up here? That's kind of nice. We are seeing some sun today in and around Oregon and Washington State. Very cloudy across the Four Corners region as well as much of California and Nevada. Looking at the regional precipitation, we are looking at rain in the low-lying areas, but not much snow in the high elevations of the Olympic Mountains and the Cascades, but we're getting some. Also getting a little bit in and around the Bitterroot if you're doing some traveling along Interstate 9.